Pancreas it's kind of tucked away between the stomach and the small intestine. This picture doesn't do it justice because I had to make the stomach a little invisible for you to see it. But the pancreas it's actually a retroperitoneal organ, which means that it is not contained in the peritoneal cavity with other digestive organs. And a little bit of the duodenum right there is also a retroperitoneal organ. We have previously covered the endocrine function of the pancreas, in which insulin and glucagon were secreted directly into blood circulation. This here talks about the exocrine function of the pancreas, which involves secreting enzymes into the small intestine. Of course, I feel obligated to remind you that what is in your GI tract, what's in the small intestine, is not yet in your body. And this is why secretion of digestive juices is called an exocrine function. The pancreas is divided into tail, body, and head, when the head is slightly curved and inserted into a loop of the duodenum, which, as I mentioned, is also retroperitoneal. There's a main duct running through the middle of the pancreas, and this duct collects the digestive juices, not insulin and glucagon, and it spews digestive juices into the small intestine. Insulin and glucagon are secreted directly into the venule side of capillary beds in the pancreas. The pancreatic duct joins with the bile duct from the liver to form the common bile duct, which then connects everything to the small intestine. This common bile duct connects to the hepatopancreatic ampulla, which is the official word for the opening into the duodenum. The flow of juices from the pancreas and bile from the liver are controlled by the hepatopancreatic sphincter, which is a smooth muscle valve that opens and closes the hepatopancreatic ampulla. I want to point out something that this picture has that not everybody has, and let's see if I can do this with just my finger drawing. This little duct right here, this one right here, is called the accessory pancreatic duct. And it is an anatomical feature that not everybody has. There's no advantage to it, so don't feel bad if you don't have it. The pancreatic islets secrete insulin and glucagon, and they are separate than the acinar cells that secrete digestive enzymes. Histologically, the acinar cells are like clusters around ducts, and they form structures called acini for plural or acinus for singular. The acinar cells secrete digestive enzymes into these like blind pockets right here, and they fill up these blind pockets. These blind pockets look just like epithelial glands, which they are. All of these glands, there's tons of them, they're connected to the main pancreatic duct, which drains them and fills with all of those digestive enzymes. Then the enzymes are spewed into the duodenum of the small intestine to complete the chemical digestion on the chyme that's received from the stomach. Upon entering the duodenum, the chyme is immediately buffered by pancreatic juices. The small intestine doesn't have that same cellular protection or mucousy protection that the stomach had. Because the chyme from the stomach is really acidic, like pH of 1 or 2, the pancreas contains enough bicarbonate to raise that pH of the chyme. Not only does this protect the lining of the small intestine, but it provides the ideal pH for the enzymes in the pancreatic juices to work. The pancreas's enzymes are released into the small intestine along with bicarbonate and bile from the gallbladder. Remember, what's in your GI tract, of course, is not really in your body. And this is why the production of enzymes of the pancreas is called an exocrine function. So what exactly, like what really is in pancreatic juice other than enzymes? It's mostly water. So we need the water because the enzymes are more active in water. And chyme becomes even more watered down as the pancreatic juices are added, which is great, right? We want this watery substance. The pancreatic juices also contain, and this is a technical word, a buttload of enzymes that can finish off the chemical digestion of the carbohydrates, lipids, and proteins. All of these enzymes are able to function at a relatively acidic pH, like 3 or 4, but not the pH that's found in saliva, that's 4 or 5, not the pH that's found in the stomach, that's 1 or 2. So you might say, I thought that there was amylase in saliva. Why is there amylase here in the pancreas? Yes, yes. There are two kinds of amylase. In fact, pancreatic amylase works at a lower pH than salivary amylase. Enzymes called proteases are present, which also finish the chemical digestion of proteins left over from the denaturing action of pepsin and the acids in the stomach. There are also pancreatic lipases, which are discussed a little bit more in the mini lecture on bile because it talks about the breakdown of lipids. All right, so what the heck is my picture here? It's a collection of enzymes. Right? These are all enzymes and they're substrates. Remember that one enzyme works with one substrate, and that was a reflection of the enzyme's active site, which is shaped specifically to accept one substrate.